Joining us now is Oji Okpe with stories trending around the world today. Morning, Oji. How are you?
Leila, how are you?
Good. You?
You look great.
You too.
Good morning, Dr. Mati. How are you?
How was your weekend?
It was fantastic. How was yours?
Good to say.
Perfect. Well, good morning to you, viewers. We begin what's trending today in Nigeria. As cases of COVID-19 continue to rise, several states across the country have put in place precautionary measures to curtail the pandemic. As of April 1st, a lockdown order was enforced in Delta State, and many fear the hardship that will follow without much assistance. Even though the Nigerian private sector's contribution to the fight against the pandemic has been encouraging, a man in Delta State, however, believes that its indigenes can contribute by raising an additional 2 billion naira in the state to help cushion the effects of the lockdown and more. He shares a letter to the Delta State governor.
100 Delta State politicians giving us 1 million naira, that's 100 million on the go. I'm talking of the likes of people like Shapes Onanefe, James Ibori, Nedu Woko, Helen Oboro, Omo Agege, Emmanuel Udwaga, Great Ogboru, Omero Ortega, Amori of Mosoga, Kenneth Baggy, and so many of them, they did this Delta State will give us 1 million naira each. We can also do another 1 million naira. Every serving politician give us 1 million naira each, they go give us. All members of Delta State House of Assembly, 1 million naira each, they go give us. Every commissioner in your cabinet can also give us 1 million naira each. Every local government chairman, they fit still do, because we know how they do till they collect constituency project. So they're not fit to me say 1 million naira not in their account. We can do another 1 million naira, sir, if we reach out to Delta State philanthropists and their celebrities. And these people, the ones I will make sure for now, I know very well. You know they pass me. One, starting with the person of Chief Ayeri Emami, the Ologborisha, one of Ishekiri land or clan. That man, he get money, they do well in a philanthropist. We know him. Amaju Picnic, down another person. Jejo Okosha, I go die. Don Jazzy, we did Lagos, Bonadetta born from your own side. Delta Ibo, AY, Organica Rotebo, Kenneth Omeru, Tony Olumelu, that one before. He don't give 5 million before, 5 billion, not before his own state. He not go fit give 1 million. We can do a couple of millions from our traditional rulers like Olu of Ori, Orojo of Okpe, Asagba of Asaba, 1 million naira each, not go hard there to bring. Even every other king, we're not too big like this king, the way we don't make sure 50 drop 500,000 each, then we are good to go. It's time to look into our 2020 budget where we get about 390 billion 978 million 671,178 naira and see where we can shine a fund to this cause of lockdown. They share this money, give each people for this thing. If we get all this on share for the people, we feel stay out for 2 months, we not go complain, my governor. So this person will send me this letter, MC comedian or Lokpa, God go bless you, and I back idea to this thing. By Governor, His Excellency, Dr. Ifan Yokowa, we pray, may you look very well to this letter or this best. You are not saying it take enough time, but I won't cover I said that to you.
Brilliant. I mean, his idea is brilliant. I think that was from MC Olokpa, the comedian. Who's been
the letter is from MC comedian Olokpa.
Yes, Olokpa.
It was read by MC comedian Egbeshare.
Egbeshare, correct.
But, I mean, it reminded me of the Urobo orator. I don't know whether it's, really 100% Urobo. But the point he's making is not about comedy. The point he's making is about philanthropy, it's about altruism, it's about solidarity. We're talking about social distancing. There's also need for social solidarity. And he's calling on all the privileged persons who are of Delta State extraction, not to just contribute to the federal fund on COVID-19, but to remember that they are from Delta State and to also help support the people of Delta State. And I think it's a legitimate call. The only caveat to put there is that people cannot be forced to do what they cannot do.
But they can be encouraged.
Or that they cannot afford to do. Because he's already put a ceiling on it, that they cannot tell him that...
But it's a legitimate point, Dr. Abati, 1 million naira.
What if what they can afford is 250,000? What if some of the people he has called can afford more than 1 million naira?
Exactly.
Yeah, but I think calling for support, even in a state where there has been no index case.
Yes.
It's also a way of saying, let us all be prepared by being united to protect our state. I think that is perfectly in order. And another point that the letter does not address, which is a relevant point in every circumstance, is, okay, even when these donations are made, what will be the system in place to ensure that the funds are properly managed.
Correct.
Because this is always the issue in Nigeria. And from the East list, is calling on people across all lines.
He was detailed, though.
He also
across
called
political lines,
churches,
across
also
religious
banks
lines
as well.
Yes.
Correct.
So it's an indication that MC comedian Olokpa and the person, the orator who read the letter on his behalf, see this as something that requires solidarity across all lines.
Yes, absolutely. I think it's a great call for solidarity. I mean, as we were watching it, there were some quite comical parts of it as well, you know. And yeah, you can't necessarily force anybody to give money. But I think this also creates, or it raises a bigger question or a bigger issue on the fact that it does always have to get to that point in Nigeria where people are literally begging those who can give money to donate towards causes. And I think it sheds a light on that because, I mean, really and truly, if you do have the funds to help, if you can be a philanthropist at times like this, do it before anybody starts calling on you. Because once they started calling on you, there we go.
Another point that we should make about the contributions is that, look, if you see some of the efforts that have been made by private individuals and organizations, there's too much emphasis on publicity.
Exactly.
And
after the donation.
After the donation, I mean, the people who have been distributing food items on their own.
Yes.
They spend, they project more pictures on social media than the actual effort itself.
Exactly. Yes.
Compelling some people to say, well, are you really doing philanthropy?
Or are you just
or
showing?
you are engaged in self-promotion?
Exactly.
Using COVID-19 to just promote yourself.
Yeah.
Well, we must
But it's a matter of style.
Yes.
You know, those who have made the effort, they should be encouraged.
Correct.
But we can complain about self-promotion later.
Yeah, no, honestly, we
But
can.
we must commend the Delta State governor for putting in the precautionary measure, even though there's not been any case yet of COVID-19 announced in the state. Well, let's take another story. More on how people are contributing to the fight against COVID-19. A man in Ghana has invented an all-inclusive sink that has been programmed to dispense soap and even wash your hands in 20 seconds. Let's take a look.
So this system is the normal barrel we call Ankure. And we've recycled it. And we've installed solar system that will help pump the water. And we have sensors, so we don't need to touch the tap. It drinks the soap first, and the water follows. So I'll demonstrate for you to see how it is done. So this is the sensor. So as the one pushes the sensor, the soap comes.
Amazing. I mean, amazing invention. I hope that the Ghanaian government commissions this guy because
They
such
should
a
scale it up.
brilliant sink. I mean, it's amazing that at least we have something coming out of Africa.
Honestly, when I saw it on social media, I got really excited because I was like, these are the little inventions that we actually should scale up. These are barrels we have everywhere. You know, this is an idea that I hope gets remodeled, not just across Ghana, but even here in Nigeria, you know? I mean, I believe we have enough agencies for at least one agency to take this as a project and say, let's see if we can put these out there, you know, especially in places that are, you know, they've got a lot of people in them. So, yeah, no, great initiative. Really.
That system that you just showed on the screen is called Solar Wash. That's what the inventors have named it. And the gentleman on the screen, his name is Anning Black. He's a shoe entrepreneur. He's also into music. He's also into fashion design. And his showroom is in Kumasi. He invented this along with a friend of his called Nana Afriye. And what they are doing, the two of them, is that they are asking for support. So it's not just the Ghanaian government that should support them. I think others in other parts of the world can also provide necessary support for them to be able to produce this. What I find interesting in this is that you can use that solar-powered barrel without having to touch any part of it.
Absolutely.
It's a sensor, it's sensor powered.
I mean, it dispenses soap.
You wash your hands.
So well thought out.
And again, at a time like this, it's good to see innovativeness among young persons in Nigeria, in Africa.
In Africa.
You know, and we would like to commend both Aimee Black and Nana Afriye. And for the benefit of those who may want to support them, Aimee Black is available on Twitter at Aimee Black GH.
Good job, Dr.
And his colleague, Nana Afriye, is available on Twitter at a Twitter handle at Godfather_GH.
You know, I saw the story on Dr. Abati's Instagram, and I was so inspired
Honestly,
by it. Really
it's really, really inspiring.
Well, under entertainment, Nollywood actress Funke Akindele, popularly known for her television series Jennifer's Diary, was arrested yesterday for violating social distancing directives and the lockdown order in Lagos State. Under the lockdown, all gatherings of more than 20 people have been banned in Lagos to curb the spread of coronavirus. According to the Lagos State Public Relations Officer, Bala Elkanah, the actress was taken to the State Criminal Investigation Department for throwing a party over the weekend for her husband, Abdulrasheed Bello, that had over 20 people in attendance. The actress, who has appeared in adverts calling on Nigerians to observe social distancing and hygiene, had many Nigerians on social media calling for her arrest after the party videos were posted on Instagram. Let's take a look.
This is the best estate to be stuck in the lockdown. It's my birthday. Whoa!
Unbelievable. Thank goodness they arrested her. No, seriously, thank goodness she was arrested, because the apology video that she came to put out may have even dampened the situation even more. I'm sorry, you want us to believe that Naira Marley has been sitting in your house for the past 2 weeks. So those of us that have been having to stay under lockdown, except people like us that have to come to work, do we have two heads?
Well, the story has gone viral. And what makes it even more embarrassing for Funke Jennifer Akindele Bello is the fact that she had appeared in an advert sponsored by Dettol in collaboration with the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, advising people on how to behave and take care of themselves in the face of COVID-19. And she, of course, in her own right, is a role model. And to now go ahead and have a house party, whatever the explanations may be, and with her husband appearing in the video that has gone viral, saying, oh, this is the best place to be at the time of COVID-19. And the sitting room, the living room where the party was held, was heavily crowded. Was not a very good advertisement. Some people have raised questions. Who leaked the video? Could they themselves, husband and wife, have innocently made the video public?
That's what he did.
But what the police have done is to show that nobody is above the law. And that a celebrity status does not protect you from the law. And they have also asked other persons who were at that party, including Aziz Fashola, also known as Naira Marley, to present himself to the police. Well, the enabling law in Lagos, infectious diseases regulations or guidelines of 2020, prescribes in this kind of situation, I think a fine of 100,000 Naira or
jail time
of 1 month. Well, if the Quarantine Act is applied, which is the federal law, at another level, the punishment will be a fine of 200 Naira or 3 months imprisonment, or as the court may decide. But I do not think that at the end of the day, after the investigations, we will get to the point of these parties being charged to court. But the police has already made a point, and they issued a statement immediately yesterday that they've arrested these persons. Now, if a person of Funke Akindele's stature can be arrested, then this must be a message to all those young boys who are playing football on the streets and refusing to observe self-isolation, and all those people opening their shops, trying that they can offend, they can violate the law. Already, the Lagos State government has impounded many vehicles, has impounded many motorcycles, and I think that the role of government is to just say, look, we will not allow you to kill yourself or to kill other people by living in a dangerous manner in the season of COVID-19.
Yeah. To her defense, so she posted a video yesterday, I believe, stating that the people that were at the party were in her house. I mean, they lived in one estate. They've been locked down since the whole lockdown was announced, including Naira Marley, who is a popular musician.
So she didn't get the notice we all got, Abby.
Well, I mean, that's her defense. That's what she's saying. And if it is true, she has to prove that it was a social distancing party. But you could see that the video shows otherwise.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
Let's say that it's not only in Nigeria that celebrities have violated the law.
Yeah, what's the Man City player, Walker?
Yes, okay. In England, you just mentioned his name, a Man City player. In his own case, I don't want to mention what he did.
We can mention it now.
Well, he invited, he also had a house party. Was it not sex workers or something?
Yes, he basically had a sex party.
I mean,
so,
this is quite
you have it all over the world, but it's the responsibility of the state to say that, you know, Funke Akindele's husband's birthday cannot be more important than the laws of Nigeria.
Exactly.
You know, or that worker cannot choose to have sex party just because he wants to indulge himself.
Thank you.
In violation of guidelines.
And apparently, Detoll, the company that had endorsed her, or she had done the endorsement.
Oh, they were quick, too.
Yes, they also came out with a statement saying that she's not their ambassador and all of that. So
but Nigerians should also be sympathetic. People have been very nasty on social media. I mean, it's like people like to gloat when another person makes a mistake.
You know why I think, though? I think a lot of it is also to do with the way in which she came about her apology. I mean, there are even rules we're supposed to observe at home. We're even being asked to social distance at home from our loved ones, etc. So, I mean, it was kind of just like, what is the excuse you're really trying to give to justify? And I mean, you're someone with influence, whether you like it or not. You are someone with great influence. So I think everything just coupled together was just a bit too shocking to the Nigerian populace, especially her fans, people who follow her. But hey, we see the results.
But let's be nice to people. Let's try to be nice.
Yeah, we do need to be more empathetic.
Insist on the principles.
Right, exactly. We do need to be more empathetic.
I read a lot of nasty
people were being really nasty, and it was,
But that is social media. That's what they do on social media. They're there to comment. And
thank you very much, OG. Thank you very much.
Thanks, OG.